All right, what's up, everybody? We are jumping back into the Road 1800 series. We're on chess.com. We're going to be playing some 3-2 blitz games today. We're going to do 5 games, no more, no less. It's been kind of a rough stretch. I'm sitting at 1670 right now. So we have dropped back a little bit, but let's jump into it here. Start off with game number 1. We got white. We'll go e4. Trying a slightly different mouse pad here. It was sticking on me a bit the last time I recorded. I don't want that in any time scrambles. That is not the move I meant to play. I meant to go d3, so we're already mouse slipping. That's okay. Here I think let's take. And we'll take here. And then what's a good follow-up? Let's go queen e2. All right, we're adjusting mouses again. Bishop d3. Let's hit the knight. That move makes a lot of sense. We'll go ahead and take on d3. This pawn is hanging. Should I be defending it? I probably should. I do think black's bishop is quite a bit better, so I'm going to offer a trade. That's a good move. Takes, takes, takes. Rook in. I'm losing a piece. Let's go bishop c5. That one's going to hurt. We're getting a bit low on time. Let's go here. We go knight d4. Black plays e4. Got to pick up the time a little bit. Pretty poor game so far. Probably going to look to castle. Queenside. It's a little bit more open, but I think I'm going to go for it. I'll take that. Wouldn't mind that trade too much. So that does hang this pawn. Kind of loosely hangs it because black could always go back and take. Let's go a3. Prepping that. And I'm going to start get the h-pawn rolling down the board. Queen up. I assume looking for this, but I've got a lot of different ways to defend against that. I might just go c3 initially. So let's go rook g1. And c3. If black attacks my bishop, which they do elect to do, here I can probably take. It's a little bit iffy, but so they want that pawn. That does make sense. Because it's a blitz game, we'll play a little dubiously. Try and get my opponent to think a little bit. On queen a4, we'll play queen b2. Maybe this is a little bit more accurate. Try to use my king as the second defender. Bishop does cover this square. Here I might just offer the trade. I guess I don't necessarily need to do that yet. Black would love to go c5, I think, here. But it is covered currently. Gotta figure out how to get these rooks into the game. Trying to push c5. Let's offer the queen trade. We're back to about even on time. On c5, I'm not going to take. I'll just play rook takes d5. d4 here would make a bit of sense for black. They don't want it. Let's move our bishop up. Let's go rook e1. Maybe rook d to a1 to start pushing the a-pawn down the board. Wouldn't be a bad idea now that my bishop is on a pretty good square here to protect these pawns. I think I'm going to start. Going to start pushing. This is also an option with the way that black is playing this currently. I think I kind of welcome that move. I don't think I really mind it. Rook gets on a good square. This pawn really isn't going anywhere right now. Yeah, black can give the check, but then what? Rook c3, king b1. So here I'll take. Covering the pawn. Rook c7 is coming. We can start to push. Gonna get the first one on time. Of course, my capture. I don't know why it keeps doing this. Let me give the quick recap there. Offer the queen trade. I don't know why it freezes. It won't do it again. It seems to want to do it once every video. Got our bishop on a nice square. Black made this d4 push, which I don't think was a good move. Our rook got in on the 6th rank. Took a couple pawns. I did, for whatever reason, miss that my rook was covering c3. I was thinking on check I'd have to retreat, but I did not. And here black timed out, so didn't miss too much that game. Hopefully we don't have any other issues moving forward here. All right, second game, we get white again. Be nice to at least get back above 1700. Knight c3. I feel like d4 is more accurate. Let's go d4. And I'll look to castle. Queen b5. Where do I want my bishop? Probably d3. Knight's undefended currently. But that shouldn't be a big deal. Let's go rook e1. maybe start to try to roll these pawns down the board a bit. Let's play f4. See what black wants to do about this. I'm expecting bishop e7 and castles. Whichever direction black decides to go. That move makes a whole lot of sense. Yup, that's a bad miss. I don't think I even have a good way to respond to it, which is pretty silly. Can go here. This is not a good move, but I'm going to try to spice things up a little bit. Expecting takes, bishop here, queen retreats, and at least try to weaken black's king side a little bit. There's really no reason black wouldn't take this, but don't have any discoveries to make use of yet. With something like this, no checks. Black was going into the tank on that one a little bit. Queen here. I guess that makes sense. Let's go here. Would like to see black take. Would love to have that open up for my rook. Here. Let's drop back. This pawn is weak. Black's playing this well. Really, I'm playing it poorly. That is a better descriptor of what's happening. It's not good. I'm just going to get mated. This is terrible. All right. I missed black just giving a check there. That was poor. Should have taken the knight. Had to go here, otherwise it gets pretty ugly. It's still pretty ugly here. That move works just fine. Just because I'm up on time, I might play it out. That move also works. Okay, let's go here. Just takes. Would make a lot of sense. Yeah. That also makes sense. Do I have any way to stop that? I don't think so. I think that one's just mate. This doesn't work. It's probably my best try, unfortunately. We'll let black play it out. Yeah. Okay. That was a terrible game. Game number 3, 1-1 here. been working on Sicilian opening theory a little bit, so we'll see if I know what I'm doing here. Pawn up. What's the move here? Gonna kick the bishop. Okay, bishop drops back. Kind of feel like e5 is the right move. Not necessarily worthwhile. White has c2 there. e5 does seem to have given them a little bit of a pause. Okay, let's bring the knight in. Probably looking for this type of plan. d6, protect the pawn. All right, white does want the trades. This feels necessary. Make these captures a little bit better for me. Takes, takes. I don't think I want to let white get that trade in. So we're going to take here, expecting pawn takes. And here I'm a little tempted to go c4. It's kind of my thought, at least. I don't think I necessarily want to take. On c4, it gets a little hard to defend it, but I'm going to go c4. Knight jumps in, let's castle. Probably bishop g4 next. Maybe f5 starts to look pretty good after that. I think I'm going to take that. That was interesting. Step one probably needs to be sliding the queen out of the way. I think queen e7 looks pretty good. Should be able to defend this about as quickly as white can. I'm going to push here. We've got the nice bishop to protect it. Knight's always poised to trade. Which rook? Let's go the F rook. Is that worthwhile? Kind of looks like it's a good move. I'm going to play it. We have these squares covered. It's kind of a backwards way. Kind of a backwards way to protect that pawn. They do, okay. And here I feel like I can just ignore it, right? I'm pretty sure. Bishop here, but then the queen hangs. And now white's in a tough spot. I only like the look of this knight move because I have minor pieces covering all of these squares. Here, I suppose the white would enjoy going up the pawn. Takes, takes. I don't think I mind this. And then get the trade. Hit the bishop. Let's come poke. Do I have a... This should be okay. Not quite what I was expecting there, but we'll take. Let's give a check. Start pushing pawns. Probably need to get my king off of the back rank here. Would love to see white give me some squares to work with. Worst case scenario, I have this. Very low on time, so we need to keep it moving. That's this. See how white wants to play this. Would have to be mindful of some checks. Oh, we gotta play. So here I get this. I was waiting for white to give me a good reason to play that check. And we did get it there. It is annoyingly tough to make progress here. But this is the way. No! That was completely winning. Dang it, man. That's terrible. That is so bad. That's maybe the most deflating chess move I've ever played in my life. This is all I was trying to do. This is a completely winning position. Made in 3 in 2 different ways. This is not the move I tried to play. Not so bad. All right, let's do 2 more. Try and start to play some decent chess here. may or may not happen. Let's trade that bishop off. Start to push. It's castle. I like my position here. I do. I'm going to play it a little aggressively. See how black wants to respond to this. That makes sense. Let's jump the knight over here. Keep the knight on as a defensive piece for the time being. If here, I take. Definitely dangerous for black. I think they certainly have ways to defend this. But it gives me some chances. I feel like the last thing black should want to do is to step up here. On here, we give a check. And then the king's either running back, I'm giving another check, which is going to be good, or it's a peculiar move. Here I think I want to take here. I could take this pawn, but here I'm also threatening the fork. Which I think should be pretty good. Try and take some of the wind out of black's sails with that attack. Break up the pawn chain a little bit. For once, I'm actually winning on the time here, which is never the case. Trying to think of how I want to respond to this. I could block with the knight. That is an option. This is quite the aggressive move, but I'm going to play it. Black doesn't have this because this is check. I think this is the right call. Standing by this move here. I suppose trying to push that pawn, but I'm not sure what that's actually doing. Maybe here? Let's go for this. Try and beat black to the punch here. On f6, we played rook takes h5. I don't think that works. Queen takes, we just take with the rook. I think black saw this move. I think for some reason they thought that they were trading here. I'm not sure what that was doing. Because even if I didn't have rook here, I always have f4. Protect the knight and hit the rook. And that just doesn't look good. Rook takes knight. take, queen takes, take, winning this pawn at the end. I think rook takes here is... Oh, I mean, it's not quite forced, but... So rook takes here is probably the most accurate. Wherever that king steps, I do have the sacrifice here. I think I am going to play that. Hit the knight, which black did not see. Check obviously doesn't do anything. Just take the pawn. They want a rematch. I'm going to mix it up one more time for the last game. Do one more here. I'm still at a lower rating than when I started. Not great. We get another Sicilian. Let's go knight f3. Black's making a lot of pawn moves. Bishop e3. So that I can go bishop d3 next move. Let's castle. Here I'm going to take and then push f4. And I do now have my bishop blocking checks here, which should come in handy. Let's go here. Don't think that does much for me. Let's go queen e2. Here I think this. Kind of expecting here, which I think I'm fine with. Going to drop the bishop back, and then we're threatening to take. Black's probably fine to let me take there, so they're defending this pawn again. Here definitely fine to slide the king. That needed to happen anyways. I see the point there. I do. Let's go rook here. That one can't be great, but I'm not fully sure what I have otherwise. Maybe let's start with rook here. Queen right now is the only thing protecting this pawn. All of these squares are covered, so I'm threatening something like bishop takes here. Really not even threatening that move yet. Here, let's do this. This feels like a time to get aggressive. Don't know if that was the most accurate move there. I'm gonna say with a certain degree of certainty that it was not. Let's go here. Down on time again. Try and pick it up here. Yeah, I was gonna say black might be willing to just let me take that. Let's bring the rook in. Might be a little bit better. Only down a pawn currently. I suppose that makes sense. Let's go queen back. Cover checkmate. Okay. Let's go here. The pawn is hanging currently. There's really not much I can do about it. I can't take back because of back rank. So let's go here. Pawn should be hanging now. Step up. That makes sense. I should have taken that last move. That was poor. Yeah. Dang it.